Hi everybody. So in this video we're going to learn how to make notes from a paragraph. So we're going to take from this article, How to Deal with Difficult Customers, from the Harvard Law School blog. We're going to take this paragraph over here and we're going to copy it into a Word document, and then we're going to work with it over there. Now here we go, we paste, and I'm going to put it 2 times so that we can compare more easily visually our original paragraph to our notes when we are finished. Now the first thing we need to do before making notes is make sure we understand the content of our paragraph. So I'm going to invite you right now to pause the video, read the paragraph, and look up any words that are new for you. Okay, so now you see in red words that I think might be new for many of you, maybe not all of them. And let's continue. So the first thing I do after making sure I understand all the language is to put bullets in front of every sentence. So I separate the sentences using bullets. What's a bullet? These over here are bullets. So I'm just going to grab this one over here. And at the end of each sentence, I make a new bullet. I remove the extra space. And after doing that, there's one more over here. We see we have 4 sentences. Next step is to ask yourself how each idea in each sentence relates to the other ideas in the other sentences. Does the piece of information develop what's in a previous sentence? Does it summarize what's in a previous sentence? Generally, we get a main idea followed by ideas that develop it. But sometimes it can be an opposite thing where you get an example first and then your main idea might come later. Sometimes the main idea is not even expressed, it's implied. Let's see what we have in this case. When it comes to handling stressful situations at work, employees may lack the authority, guidance, and skills they need to make appropriate decisions when dealing with customers. So stressful situations at work is a key piece of information, and then employees may lack the authority, guidance, and skills they need to make appropriate decisions. So all of this over here is kind of the key piece of information to see if the rest of the paragraph develops that. So let's see. Consider the much publicized forcible removal of a passenger, Dr. David Dow, from a United Airlines flight on April 9, 2017. I guess this is an example that is meant to show employees perhaps lacking the authority or guidance skills to make appropriate decisions when dealing with a customer. Let's check the next sentence. After Dow refused to give up his seat. Okay, so now we're getting into details of the story of Dr. David Dow, who was forcibly removed from the United Airlines flight. This is a detail, so I'm going to, it's an example, so it's a detail in the form of an example. So I'm going to indent it like that because this develops this idea in yellow over here. My next sentence, here I know I'm getting the details of what happened in the case of Dr. David Dow being removed forcibly from the plane. So since this develops this, I'm going to indent that even further. Now I did this first one without explaining how I made the indentation, but this time I'll point it out. This little button in Word, and you have similar things in other word processing programs, including Google Docs. This is what pushes a piece of text that you have selected in or out when you are using bullets like this. Okay, so here I want to place it over here, pushed in more than this one because this piece of information develops what's in here. Okay, if the 2 pieces of information over here were not in a relationship of development, I would put them like this because they are independent of each other. But this one over here does develop basically a title for the section, the example. What is the example? And here is what exactly happened. So I indent that like this. Finally, my last piece of information, video of the incident went viral and provoked outrage from the public. If you looked up the word outrage, you know it's basically anger from the public. This piece of information, is it describing the incident? Is it developing what happened? No. This piece of information is about the incident, okay, but it's not telling what happened. So if I was to put it over here, I would be saying this is about what happened. But no, this is not about what happened. This is about the incident itself. Altogether, it went viral and it provoked outrage from the public. Okay. Now, if I look at these notes, already I can see a little bit of structure, that we have a main notion and then we have a piece of information that's sort of secondary, and then a couple pieces of information that develop, expand on the secondary piece of information over here. But we can do better than that. First, I find it's crowded. Okay, so it's almost like the paragraph over here with no space between the lines. So let's give ourselves a little bit more space to work with. I select it all. I go up to this little paragraph tab. I click on this little arrow thing and I change the spacing between the paragraphs. Here it's telling me don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. It considers these as paragraphs of the same style. I do want space, so uncheck that box, click OK, and that's already a little bit better. What else can I do? Well, I can remove unnecessary words. I'm going to first get rid of this little highlighting over here. We'll come back to that later if we need it. Let's remove unnecessary words. And one thing you can do is just remove articles, unless they're really essential. So when it comes to handling stressful situations at work, employees may lack the authority, I don't need the word the, and skills they need to make appropriate decisions when dealing with customers. What else can I do? I can find ways of shortening the text. When it comes to, that's just an expression as a way of saying en ce qui concerne in French, ou how would you say that in French? I'm going to leave that to you guys. When it comes to handling, can just be shortened to when handling stressful situations at work. Employees may lack authority, guidance, and skills that they need is understood, so we can remove that to make appropriate decisions when dealing with customers. I can take this piece of information over here when dealing with customers and just say when handling stressful customer situations. What kind of situations? Customer situations. Then I don't need at work because you don't have customer situations at home. That's obvious. May lack the skills to make appropriate decisions. This is the part that I don't need anymore. And now we've made that visually much shorter. When handling stressful customer situations, employees may lack authority, guidance, and skills to make appropriate decisions. There. Let's do that for more of this. So over here we have consider the much publicized forcible removal of passenger. Consider, this is an example, right? So we can just remove those two words and write example. And we'll put it in bold to make it visually stand out a bit more. And now, what else can I do? Much publicized forcible removal of passenger. Well, I don't need the little commas over here. David Dow from United Airlines flight, blah, blah, blah. Okay. After Dow refused to give up his seat to a flight crew member. This is a big chunk over here, right? That's more like paragraph over here. So what can we do to make this visually easier to decode rapidly? Well, let's break it down. So we'll say Dow refused to give up his seat to a flight crew member. And then what happened? Well, the United personnel called in airport security officials. What did they do? They dragged Dow off the plane. And what happened then? He got injured and was hospitalized according to his attorney. Now, this is a whole sequence of events over here. Let's show the relationship between these events. Here, if I just leave it like this, I'm basically suggesting they're all independent of each other because they're all lined up like that. But there's consequences, right? First, Dow refuses to give up his seat to a flight crew member. As a result, the United personnel called in airport security officials. What did they do? They dragged Dow off the plane. So I'm going to make it clear that was the officials, not the personnel from United. Yeah, I don't need the word the, right? And then because he got dragged off, what happened? Well, he got injuries. So we'll just remove some words here and we'll say he suffered injuries and make it clear was hospitalized according to his attorney. Finally, a video of the incident went viral and provoked outrage from the public. We can just put provoked public outrage. Okay, so now visually we get a clear, a clear presentation of the content of what's in this paragraph over here. When you see a chunk of text like that, you don't know if you've got an example, if you got one main idea and a bunch of secondary ideas, or a bunch of details, or even just sometimes you get a paragraph that's just a list and there's not even clearly a main idea. But now visually I can see right away, because this piece of information sticks out over here, I realize I've got one main idea. And because I've got this over here, I realize that all of this is about an example. And even this over here, the last piece of information over here, that's part of the example too. How do I know that? Because it's pushed in. The indentation over here is the same as this, and both of these are indented more than the line with the example. So that tells me that all of this information relates to the example. When I read through it, I can see that all of this tells the story of what happened, and this tells me another piece of information about the incident. I can also then make rapid connections, like this over here, provoked public outrage. Is that something a company wants to do? No. And so that suggests that in this case, the employees did not have, well, I guess they had the authority because they made decisions, but they didn't have the proper guidance, the proper advice on what they should do in the situation. And so they mishandled it a little bit. They mishandled it because they took decisions that caused public outrage, right? And that's not good for a company. When we go back to the article, if I'll just do that quickly, switch back to that page, we see that in the next paragraphs, they talk about how United then apologized over here, and they eventually changed their policies so that employees would then have, whoops, I'm in the wrong place there. Employees would then have the proper information, proper guidance to make better decisions. That will be better for the company and better for the customers. All right. When you learn to make notes like this, you'll be able to show me that you understand the content of what you're reading and what you're listening to. If you put information with the wrong indentation, so for example, if this is over here, I read this and I go, well, why is this over here? That tells me you don't understand what's written in this line, because logically it's not in the right place. So you're able to show me through your notes that you understand the content And when you're speaking from notes, you're then able to express your ideas better because you see right away how the pieces of information fit together, and you remember as a result what it is that you're trying to say, and you'll be a better speaker. That's it. With practice, this becomes much easier than it is the first few times we do it. So persevere, you'll get better at it.